Upon installation, this auto configuration wizard, don't use it. Click cancel. Click close on this note for Windows users, and make sure your video card drivers are updated. And this is up to your preference here, but I right click and click vertical layout for audio mixer. And the first thing that I do is docks. All of these are docks. You can pop them out, move them around, etc. You can retransition, resize them. You can do whatever with OBS. It's pretty cool. So anyways, I personally get rid of scene transitions, period. And because if I use one, I use fade 300 milliseconds no matter anyways. But docks, scene transitions, I rid it. But you can also stack it on one another so they're tabs like this too. But I do put stats in. Stats is healthy information. Okay, first thing we need to do is audio, but we're going to go into the settings. So we're going to pop open settings, go to audio. We're going to set whatever. This is not normally on this computer. So what I do, I'm just talking to you on this recording. Now we can go to USB audio. That's a headset that is not even configured as a headset. As a matter of fact, I have the microphone literally blocked off in sounds, Windows sounds. So the microphone is disabled. Boom, boom. Period. It is a sound card for all intensive purposes, because it's a headset that I don't even have within arm's reach of me. Now, this is obviously regular audio. Boom, right there. And we're going to set, actually, we'll just disable that for this setup. Everything. Disable all microphones for right this moment. I'm going to set this up as a server. Video, I'm going to set this up for 1080p 60 frames a second. Right here, if you want 720, you still want a 1080 canvas. Unless you're doing 4K, you want 4K. But either way, I'm doing 1080, but you could do 720 by selecting it here and downscaling and using 16 sample. Bicubic 16 sample. Output 2500 is good for 720p, 30 frames a second. 3000 is better. 3000, 3500 is good for 720p 60 frames a second. 4500, 4500 is good for 1080p 30 frames a second. I do 6000 for wrong keyboard. 6000 for 1080p 60 frames a second. And then also I change this here slow. P5 slow for the encoder preset. I go to P3 fast, low quality for a better latency, time latency. So I change this, high quality. I do use MKV, probably should. There's reasons to use different recording formats. I use MKV for multiple reasons. MKV's, well, MKV's pretty decent. I like it. Either way, good to go. You can set this up with however, whatever way you want. I usually try to avoid signing in because I don't want the I use stream key instead of connect account because I don't want the docs here. When you clear your OBS cache, which is simple as going to that folder I showed you in the app data folder here. You go to plugin config. So when you go to plugin config, you can highlight all this, right click, and then delete it, literally. And it won't change any of your save settings, but it clears the cache, which is really good, like temporary files and stuff. It's a healthy thing to do. So the problem with that is if you sign in like here, the dock disappears for Twitch, the dock disappears, and that is stuck in cache and can mess with your Twitch's stream manager for one, just from these temporary files. Plus, it makes your computer run laggy. But anyways, that's I use Stream Key instead. So, but I don't sign in. Change this down to, 7.5 or so. Snap to centers. In here, above normal. Rec 709 limited, NV12 420. All right, Rec 709 limited, 300 and 1,000. Enable network optimizations and enable browser source hardware acceleration. Make sure it is enabled, and then if you run into some lagginess issues while running like browser plugins and whatnot, lagginess issues, try to, uncheck mark that before anything, and then clear your cache also. So we got that to everything for now. So we're going to close it out for the driver's sake and restart OBS. Wonderful. I'm going to name this Whitehead. That is Whitehead's. Now we got scene sources, audio mixer, and stats. Boom. First thing I'm going to do is PC capture. Rename PC1. Gonna add a video capture device, and that's PC cap. Gonna do 1920 by 1080, 60 frames a second, with an NV12 Rec 709 limited and no buffering. Again, this is for live. This is not for recorded content, but live. So no buffering, use hardware decoding, and use itself, use custom audio device, and use itself for the audio. Now, we have not only the video right here, which we can resize, do whatever we want, crop, rotate, etc. So what we're gonna do though is set that's 1080 every once in a while. But we also have its own sound right here, PC cap. Alright, I'm gonna go to advanced audio, and that is monitor only, because what I want to do is use this as a sound card, like I said. So this is the sound card, and it is the output and the input. It is the junction box. This is what y'all are gonna hear. So you have this is that. Okay. Also going to add a background image. Alright, make another scene. Gonna call it PC and me. First thing, background image and add existing. Gonna make it the same. Add existing video capture device, which is the PC. Put it down here for right now. Now I'm going, oh yeah, I would add a camera if I had a camera. I'm showing you all this on the server. Well, obviously, actually, you see my PC floating around right there. I have no idea where this camera is even looking. Oh, now we're gonna add a oh yeah, I still don't have a camera again. Close enough? Now, photo cam. Okay. $60. Oh yeah, I have it disconnected. Well, gonna add a filter on that too, I guess. This is, whoops. $50 noise gate with RN noise suppression. Simple as that. Now this, you can do color correction and all that first, or you can crop and pad. So now here's the deal. If you crop and pad this right here by way of transform, so if you want it to carry over in another scene, it depends on if you want it to be the permanent set. Like this right here, you saw I brought in PC cap already. Already had it and already had the background image, right? They were already set. So you can change the settings. So the crop and pad works for all of your scenes, okay, as you swap back and forth. or you can edit it each page. If you want to edit it for this page only, go to transform and edit transform and crop here, take 600 off of the left. All right. And then 200 off of the right. There you go. What? 250 off of the top. 300. Look at that. So now that is this only. All right, so this page only. It will not carry over. If I bring it in here, I can add a webcam to my PC capture. All right, add existing moto cam. It's not cropped like that. It's the full size. So, but when I go back in here and reset transform, so that's a good way of not being permanent also. As you see, I didn't even have a camera handy, so I wasn't thinking about that. So what I did in here, and don't worry about the audio sync, this is not actually that off a sync. I'm recording this on not through OBS. So anyways, what you can do for if you have a stationary camera, so this is handy to do transform, edit transform like that. Each setup. So if you have a push button setup with a stationary camera though, you can crop it and with filters. So, and it'll work for your other stuff too. Like this will carry over. Any filters will actually carry over in each scene. Whoops. All right. So we're going to go to crop and pad. I'll take 600 off the left, 300 off top, 250 off the right. Sounds good. All right. So that's the way it is right now. So we've got a PC and a webcam, PC and me. Look at that. Now I can put some text up here. And then, well, first we'll do a scene for just a webcam. Try to keep everything organized. So eventually, some point in time, you'll probably want to switch to just a full cam, or I mean a full screen webcam. Right here, go to add existing moto cam. Now it's cropped. All right, is that what you want? Or should you have done the edit transform? That's why I put centers. If you noticed in the settings and under general, I clicked align to centers. This is dead center of the screen. Boom, 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 boom. And that's how square I got. You can lock it into place, and now I can't move it on accident. I'd like to see. This is the situation though. You can't hear the computer now. Right here, under webcam, you can no longer hear the PC because it does not hear the capture card. The capture card disappears. As you switch, you got PC capture card, boom, boom, that works. All right. Now you don't have the webcam on just the PC capture, but that's the whole point of that scene actually. So anyways, with the PC and me, you've got webcam, whitehead, and PC capture. And webcam, you lost PC capture. Boom. What you do, you right click, add audio input capture. Audio input capture is PC cap audio. Boom. Make the capture card the audio, and you can lock it anywhere in scene. Hold that, add background image. Alright. We'll lock that into place, but take it down below everything. Alright. So, we've got this set up. Now you can start adding images also for borders, or you can add a browser source plugin, but browser source plugins are really, you gotta clear your cache and everything. And then the problem is people use services and whatnot, so they get tired of signing into the services by way of clearing the cache. That's how it runs all crappy. But if you keep it simple, whatever, keep it simple, stupid. Just make your own images. Stop using browser source plugins. Browsers are browsers. Speaking of browser, we'll add a browser just to show you a browser is a browser. First of all, take it off at 800 by 600. We haven't been in that aspect. Man, 1998 websites were always saying up at the top, at the very top of the website, said, this website has been formatted for 1024 by 768, not 800 by 600. Get off of that old school 800 by 600. That was, man, oh, that was 1998. Anyways. 1280 by 720. Anyways, keep it with something consistent. 1280 by 720, 16 by 9, you know, widescreen aspect ratio here. You can use custom frame rate. You can make it 30 frames a second, which I would. I'll make the browser 30 frames a second, or you could make it 60 frames a second if you want it better, but it'll run better at 30 frames a second. And use less processor down here too. So anyways, control audio via OBS. Usually that's a good one. Mighty handy there. And you can shut down source when not visible, or you can leave it running. If it shuts down, if it's you're using like a YouTube video, if you shut down the source, it won't hold its place. So it just depends on what you're doing there. Refresh browser when scene becomes active. Same thing, actually. It'll just restart and whatnot. It won't hold its place. It refreshes, which is a good thing and a bad thing at the same time. Depends on what you want. And this refreshes the whole thing, which also is kind of like clicking apply for your settings too, like 1280 by 720. And boom, it opens up a browser. Oh, yeah, yeah. I didn't even type in a I don't know, youtube.com. So this is literally a browser, by the way. You can right click and click interact. And with your interact, you can enlarge this a smidge here and adjust it. Scroll up and down, but you don't have full access. It's not like Google Chrome. So, but either way, you could go look up a Mr. Ballin video or something. Play it, get sound. Now, as the sound, speaking of which, oh yeah, and also full screen and whatever. But anyways, with the sound browser, so we made it its own source, so you can control that sound right here by itself. You know, take it down 6 decibels, 6.5 decibels. But if you can't hear it, it's because it's on output only. So your stream would hear it, but you couldn't. So you change it to monitor only, so you can hear it, and monitor only with its own audio source, so you can control it on command. Oops. That's what that is legitimately for. Browser source plugins are bad. Clutter. If you want text like Discord, I have no idea. Uh, Alright, Discord top. And here what you can do is you can copy this. I want this, same box if you want the same outline and everything. You can copy and you can right click and paste as reference in a different, all right, in a different scene. You can paste it as reference and you can change it and this change ASDF will occur across everywhere it is. So it is that happened here too. So no matter where you change it, it happens when you paste as reference. I'm going to remove that. And you can paste as a duplicate. It'll rename it. And I'm going to rename it anyways because I'm just copying this. Let's see. I like to leave a space before and after for padding. All right, so this is our Discord link. All right, so this is the size we got working with right now. You can do all sorts of stuff with this. You can put a background on it too. Different opacity. But in this case, it's not needed. So what I'm showing you with this though, I go through here and delete this actually. Say I want this to say the same thing, as a matter of fact. I just copy it and paste it, but I also keep the text already. I'm gonna change this one though. I like them to that. 55% background opacity of a black background. Can bold it too. Yet another webcam, yet another camera, or you can put somebody else. Say you got another, I mean, say you got a video call. You got video call with somebody on Facebook, put them up in here. Drop embed, you can input whatever, capture windows. With Chrome, you do window capture. Open up a Chrome browser and boom. Now you want Windows 10 and newer. And then I like to do window title must match or apps and everything like Discord. Discord is a set app. It's its own standalone. So window title must match or find the same executable. Kind of stick with one of those two right there. Gotta keep them separated. And put this up here, even if you were playing a YouTube video, whatever you're doing, and you got your whole PC capture right here, or your browser, whatever this is. You can put yourself, and then now we get into hotkeys. So we got a browser here. All right. If you want to lock those into place so you don't accidentally move them, or you can always lock stuff. Just click it real quick. So you can't move anything but what you unlock. Set this in the center, bring it up. It's a full screen venture there. And everything works on the go too. So, yeah. That's it, folks. It's pretty simple. We got hotkeys so you can swap back and forth. Hopefully this time you can set the hotkeys for however you want, and you can use the same buttons when it has an asterisk. Like start recording and stop recording both have asterisks. That means you can, control one for start and stop, just like a toggle switch. One key to start, one key to stop. It'd be pretty simple. But I like to keep mine sophisticated. Oh, okay. Now within these scenes, you can also set hotkeys for, all right, turning off whatever. So instead of removing it, you can just make it invisible with a hotkey. So like I show the PC and hide the PC with a hotkey. Same thing with webcam. And you can make it on all, so it hides it, shows it, hides it, etc. on everything all at once. Uh, on every scene, I mean, across the board. And you can use the same command to hide multiple things at the same time. That's good for that too. And it's always wise to set a mute button also. You can set any of these, mute any of these or unmute, etc. Always wise to set a mute button. It is. So, now what have we set up? We got PC capture, PC and me, full webcam. Alright, and just swap back and forth of them with a hotkey. Kind of like a stream pad. So, anyways, and then we can also get rid of, we can hide that. Say you're about to type in your credit card number. Boom, you can hide that with a hotkey. You can uh, hide or show yourself. Plus, keep in mind everything is all transitional. And all you do is click Start Stream. And to end, all you do is now, anyways, you can click your hotkey.